And I've talked a little in the past about how my methods have evolved over the years and changed as I learn new things and better methods and things like that. I've also talked a lot recently about looking at the big picture and identifying the difference between problems and symptoms. Because a lot of the times things that we think are problems are just symptoms, and I was reminded of that really clearly. I had a really good example. As usual, I'm always watching other trainers and their methods and things they do, and quite often I'm really watching the horses and how they react to what they're doing, because that's a good indicator of what does and doesn't work. You just look at the horse, watch the horse, how relaxed it is, and whether it's tense and nervous when they're working with them, and things like that. And I was reminded. I was watching one video recently and watching a guy, and he was using a method to solve a problem that nothing wrong with it. It worked. The end result was fine. It solved the problem he was working on, and it's something I probably would have done not long ago myself. Only the whole time I was watching it, all I could think of was, he's not fixing the problem. He's fixing a symptom. And a lot of times, the problem with a method like that is, you do get results. It does work. He wasn't being harsh or abusive or anything like that. There's nothing wrong with how he was doing it. But the problem with doing it that way is that you're always going to be fixing things. You're constantly going to be fixing problems that aren't really problems at all. They're actually just symptoms. And you're not going to resolve, you may in time inadvertently resolve the underlying problem just by spending a lot of time with the horse and working with it, but a lot of times you can work on one actual problem that'll solve 20 or more symptoms. And this guy here was a perfect example of that. So this guy, he didn't tie well, didn't lead well, had separation anxiety, and half a dozen other issues. Now, those were all actually symptoms, and I haven't been working on any of them. I've actually been working on the underlying problem. Indirectly, to a certain extent, I've been working on some of the symptoms, but not so much as I'm not actually addressing the symptoms even when I am working on a symptom, I'm still addressing the problem, the way he relates to me and listens to me, and various things like that, our relationship. So, again, perfect example. He has one major underlying problem that creates a whole lot of other symptoms. And once I address that one problem, and it's all solved, all the rest of the symptoms are pretty much going to disappear on their own. We might have to deal with a couple of them, just in a very minor way as a reminder to him that, hey, you don't need to be like this anymore. Once we resolve the underlying problem that is causing all the symptoms. But, that's all there is. You fix one thing and you fix 20. And, like I said, you can spend the rest of your, relationship with the horse the next, I don't know how many years, fixing problem after problem, or you can fix the symptom and have it all done with, and it takes a whole lot less time. The problem that I have to deal with him, it's going to take a while to work on. I'm going slow with it anyhow, a little slower than necessary, but in the end, it's going to take a whole lot less time than it would if I had to fix all the individual problems that he has, and it's going to be a lot more successful in the end, too. So, you can fix symptoms or you can fix a problem. It's up to you. And but that's one of the things I talk about. And like I said, the video I watched, it was a really good reminder of the difference, because I was looking at that horse and watching its behavior, and thought, geez, that thing's acting just like this one with the particular issue that he was dealing with there. The horse really wasn't having. The symptom wasn't really the problem. It was just a symptom of another issue that the horse had, and it wasn't being addressed. Like I said, work on the actual problems, not the symptoms, and figure out what the actual problem is. Most of the problems all come down to one thing in most horses. It's got to do with its level of respect and trust for you and the relationship you have with it. Once you get that well established, and make sure that it knows it's got to listen to what you say, the rest all just kind of falls into place. So, fix a problem, not the symptoms. It's a new way of looking at things, a little different than what has been done in the past. Not as conventional as a lot of training methods, but you know what? It's a whole lot more effective, and in the long run, takes a whole lot less time. Have a good day, folks.